Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Appreciate y'all for being here. Let's check out the charts. See what's going on the charts. All right. Yes. She's kind of been grinding. I mean, it pulled back this morning, but that was kind of an overshoot. And it's just grinding right around this high volume note that we've been trading at. There's kind of two of them, but we've been trading at the higher one, which is 55.40, the 55.45 strike, basically. 10, 15 points above it, 10, 15 points below it. That's been our range for the past little while. We've been getting comfortable in that range. Looked like we're going to maybe break out of it this morning, or anyway. I thought maybe we would go down here. I did think we might have a deeper pullback and might want to go challenge this low down here at 5,300. There's an open gap down there, but the bears were not strong enough to even get it that far today. Now the bulls haven't been that strong either, because all the bulls did was bring it right back up into the trading range that it was already in. So stalemate right now, kind of. We look at the SPY. That last chart was the ES, which is the S&P 500, which trades 24 hours a day. But if you look at the S&P 500 or the SPY, it just trades during business hours. So this one's probably more indicative of a lot of stuff. More indicative of what retail thinks of when they see the SPY or whatever. So this is looking like we're trying to get back into balance here at 600. I mean, or the bulls would sure like to revert it to mean at 600. Now, I'm not saying that's happening anytime soon, but all right. So model portfolio today, let's look at that. I'm down 64 basis points. The SPY's down 87 basis points. Here's a graph I made. So there's me down 64. Well, actually, it updated since hang on. It's supposed to just pull it right off the tally sheet. No, I'm down 85 cents right now, 85 basis points. Where the SPY's down 87, bonds are okay. Anyway, so here we have a picture of what that looks like. I'm down 85, SPY's down 87. Bonds are just down a little bit, but a 60-40 would be down that much. We also have a different way of looking at it. Here's my current allocations and how they're contributing to the return today. And I haven't changed them yet. I keep saying I'm going to, and I was going to do it today, and I still might. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Or I'm going to do it tomorrow. I got behind. Some other stuff came up today. All right, so look at this. GPTY is killing me. It's costing the model portfolio 40 cents, 40 basis points. Now, GDXY looks good. It's up, and it's making me 5 basis points. YQQQ, which is the hedge thing because it's an inverse, it's up and making me 10 cents. But everything else is getting ULTY and GPTY. My bullish stuff is getting killed today. And my hedges, even though they're up a little bit, they aren't up nearly enough to offset it. Now, the good thing is I'm not performing any worse than the SPY. In fact, I'm a little bit better than the SPY. I'm down 85, SPY's down 87. But I am performing worse than a 60-40 portfolio on a one-day horizon. So, anyway, all right. So now let's look over here at the GPTY verse. All right, GPTY verse. Here we just opened on the Chippy verse right here. Here's Chippy. ACMR looking good. That's Chippy. This one right here is GPTY. GPTY not looking as good as Chippy. You can see GPTY was pulling back in the model portfolio. Yeah, it's down 0.5 point right now. All right. Here's LFGY. Now, LFGY is down 2% right now. and you can most of their stocks are down. Mara, Hut. All right, and now let's look at ULTY. We saw in the model portfolio it was doing bad, but let's look at it right here. It's actually down 1.75% today. It's actually above its 20-day moving average, which is actually a strong sign on a momentum basis, but it's so far underneath its 200-day moving average. Well, in any event, it's need the market to turn around. If the market would turn around, it would definitely help this one. All right, well, let's see. The biggest positions are PLTR, and that one is actually up 1.25 today. Good job. But then they also have a big position in triple leverage NASDAQ, and that one's hurting them. It's down 2.25. They also have a position in Tesla, and that's down 3.5. MicroStrategies is not down as much as the other ones. Anyway, then they have 5.5% cash. All right, so what else do we have to look at? Come in.
Hey, do me a favor.
I'm on YouTube.
Huh?
I'm on YouTube. I'm on a live stream.
All right.
All right. So let's see here. What was I going to do next? Retirement simulator. We've already looked at the retirement simulator. Oh, I know what I was going to do next. I have some trades for you guys, some option trades, some earnings trades. Here's one for Apple, and I like this one. I just did it in real life about a half hour ago, but on the simulator about 5 minutes ago, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. That's not the worst trade. They have earnings coming up after the bell tomorrow, so I'll save that as a new trade, and I'll put that in the comments in case anyone wants it. All right. So let's look at let's see how some of these other trades have been working out. The other day, all right. Trying to remember. Here they are. I mean, there's a ton of them the other day. SoFi's up $8. PayPal's up $75. Starbucks is down $100. And the hedge trade, those 4 trades were given together. And the hedge trade is down $68. Anyway, those trades, who knows? Who knows this hedge trade? I thought this might come in handy this morning when the market was selling off. But the hedge trade's designed not just for a little sell-off. It's designed to capitalize on a 2 or 3 standard deviation move, which is what it needs. But in any event, all right, so that's fine, and we don't want that. We don't want to cash in on that. And it looks like this Starbucks trade is going to be. It's right on the verge of being profitable. It's right at the break even. So I think if the market will rally into the end of the week, this trade will go into the win column. But if the market sells off, hopefully it'll sell off a lot, enough to kick in the hedge trade that'll make up for the losses in these. So anyway, all right. Well, let's look at Amazon and Apple. I've already shown you guys one in Apple. I just showed it to you. Here's one for Amazon. They also have earnings after the bell. If you guys would rather do a bearish one, we could do the reverse trade. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm just assuming bullish. All right, now this one has a pretty big buffer on it. Look at this. It can drop 6% before it's just 3 days. It's a 6% buffer for the next 3 days. It's the same mathematically as having 41 shares of Amazon. Okay, but let's see, duplicate. Let me show this. We'll just we'll simulate that, or we'll put 41 shares right here. Let me try to give you a side-by-side comparison. It's just buying the stock. That's a fine way to do it also. But, you know, when you're doing an earnings trade, you're trying to take advantage of the earnings crush, and you're putting yourself in an advantage situation. You can see wherever the white line is ahead of the green and, you know, red line. Anyway, at expiration, you come out ahead. So in a little down move or a big down move, down 5 or 6%, or even more, you come out ahead than you would on the stock. And also in like a black swan down move, the market moves down, you know, more than 15%. You come out ahead of how you would with the stock. So to come out ahead on a little down move or a big down move. On a moderate down move, you actually would do better just with the 41 shares of stock. Okay. And that's the same thing on a moderate up move. You would do a little bit better at expiration with the shares of stock. However, on a big up move, you do better with the option. Now, here's the thing. You aren't going to hold it till expiration. Watch as I switch the time in, you can see the profit and loss graph. We usually hold these halfway or 3/4 of the way, something like that. There's Friday. Oh, here's Thursday night. You hold it right there till Thursday night, which is just tomorrow night. But it's like a cheat code, because you have the same profit and loss graph as stock, except in case it's a black swan, and then you're better than stock, or in case the thing goes way up, which you're also better than stock. So you've bought the tails. You own the convexity, the max convexity spread. All right, I'm going to share this with you guys. Save as new trade. Strategy must. Oh, hang on a second. I'm going to share this. And I'll put it in the comments in case anyone's interested in that one or the Apple trade. Or if there's anything else you guys want to look at, be sure to tell me, and we can darn sure take a look at it. I'm surprised Ethan isn't in here. Anyway, all right. Well, I just wanted to make sure you guys had those in case there's anyone that wanted to make that trade before the market closed. All right, let's go look at the other trades I showed. So I showed 4 trades together. I mean, they're SoFi's up $13, but I think it can be up a lot more. You know, it's right on the edge. This is his profit and loss at expiration, but right now, that's its profit and loss graph. As time passes, this one I think will be more profitable, especially if price goes up a little bit. But it's too late for you guys to do that one because I think earnings have already happened. Here's another one, MicroStrategies. Let's look at this one. If you did this one, it's probably best to take it off because it's actually up a couple $100, and I don't even think earnings have come out yet. But it's made almost all the money it's supposed to make. It's made 200 in the I'll show you in a second. When did this one have? All right, I'm checking. Sorry about this. Yeah, it's earnings update, earnings at 9 a.m. So it's already happened, I guess. It was this morning. I think it was this morning. Or no, it's tomorrow. Earnings are tomorrow. Okay. Anyway, well, and then it's not too late on this one. Let's take a look at this one. That's a super liquid. This one right here, it's a super liquid option. Super liquid options. Look at this, an 80% chance of profit. Look at this huge break even. $300 credit on $3,000 worth of risk. All right, let's see what else we got. That one's a few days old. The reason it's up is because those were based on prices from a few days ago. That I can't share the trade. I mean, if I shared it, it would anyway. We need to do a new one, I guess. Let's do a new one. Let's do a new one on that. Let's do a new MicroStrategies because they're so liquid. It's a good. You guys might like that one. I'm gonna do this real fast because in case anyone wants to do this. Let's see here. Do the put spread twice. 214. Oh, there we go. That's actually pretty nice. 71% chance of profit. Only a 3% break even, but it's already later in the week. When you do these earlier in the week, you can get the 6 and 7% break even. But heck, it's Wednesday. Well, All right. I'll share that in case anyone wants to do that. All right. Well, looks like the market's getting ready to close here in 9 minutes. All right. Let's look over here. Trade Vision. Maybe it's over here. Sorry about that. All right. We had a new breakout candidate and 3 new will candidates. Breakout, the AI just picked this. I've never heard of it. ODD, it's already up freaking 29%, but obviously it's breaking out. I mean, my Lord. I don't really pay that much attention to these AIs, but I mean, SNY though, I was looking at that one the other day. I wish I would have got some of that big pharma company. It's out, I think out of Switzerland. But anyway. CME Group is making all-time highs. You know what they do? They're in the business of derivatives, of options, futures, and indexes, that kind of stuff. Chicago Mercantile Exchange. The trading floor's gone. They say the trading floor's gone where people do that kind of stuff, and it is for the most part, but they still do plenty of business through that building, through the Mercantile Exchange. I think they have the S&P 500 futures is their big product. Yeah. Anyway, but they're making all-time highs, and they've been making all-time highs since, straight since September. They didn't even really pull back. I guess they did pull back for like a week or two. Then they started making all-time highs again. CME Group. Anyway, that's a strong one. GlaxoSmithKline's a strong one, and this might be. I know I say this all the time, but this could be a will candidate. By will candidate, I just mean that it has liquid options, and it has some hope of the future. This is a big pharma company. I don't know. But the other thing, it has to have high IV, and I bet this one doesn't. So, but that's what usually shuts down will candidates. But the price is right, $39. So let's look her. I can pull up the options. I really like this. I need to share I'm going to share my link. This trade vision is really cool. A little slow, but it's really cool. I like it. Oh, well, we'll come back to that. Hey, Blackwater, what are you doing? I just noticed you in my Twitter feed today. I just noticed that we're friends on Twitter anyway. Is ULTY still the 40% bonds? I hadn't heard about the 40% bonds, but anyway, it's I had a chance to reallocate my portfolio today, and I didn't touch my ULTY. I'm not adding to it either, but it's one of my core holdings. It's one of my core holdings. I'm just trying to get a little crypto exposure. I'm doing some rebalancing, and I'm going to put a little LFGY in there. I'm going to take a little bit out of some of the ones that have been doing well lately, meaning GPTY, and meaning the inverse one, and meaning GDXY. And I'm doing a little rebalancing. I'll let you know when I do it. But anyway, all right. So you're adding to ULTY. Heck yeah. All right. ULTY, all of these funds need a break from the market. The market can't be under the 200-day and in a bear market and selling off and these funds should be expected to do well. They won't do that well. They'll pay big premiums and stuff, and they may have a buffer, but the whole market's going to be down. And the only saving grace is these funds will be down less than the market. But anyway, I'm just ready for the market to get. We got back above the 50-day the other day. Look at this. It's important to get back above the 50-day on the SPY. But then it's even more important to get back above the 20-day. And really, it'd be great to get back above the 200-day also. All right, but the SPY looks good. We rallied back from the sell-off this morning. That's healthy. We're closing on the highs of the day here with 3 minutes left. We're in good shape. Those trades, hopefully that Amazon, if you did that, hopefully either that Amazon, that Apple, or some of the other trades I gave you will hit. I did Apple myself. But I also did Starbucks, which is right now on the borderline, and I did SoFi, and I did all the ones I've been showing. So anyway, I'm back to it. Anyway, I like to see this. I like this. I like closing on the highs, and I like that this morning's gap was, to me, if this gap would have stayed open, through the end of the day, that'd been another sign in the bearish camp. That's great that we don't get to give one to the bears right here. The bears have had enough wins right here. We're still in bear territory where we're at right here. We're in the Liberation Day, the scene of the crime from Liberation Day. That's where we're at right now. This big one, this is the night before Liberation Day happened, and this is the morning after. This gap, people that are when price gets back up in here, anyone that didn't have a chance to sell the Liberation Day news can do it right here. They've been made whole again. You could Now let's see. And if people don't do it, then that's good because it means bears aren't in charge. And maybe hopefully we'll even turn this area into support. What I want to see is it looks like we're just trying to balance here at this higher. But we just talked about this right on the first of the report. I said the SPY has a higher balance area than the ES because the ES, it looked like we're already balancing, but anyway, so we're just we're just going to settle right there. So what is that? 558, 5 something on the SPY. All right. Well, then what I would imagine the bulls probably do is they probably try to make a run for the next balance area at 575 or whatever. But who knows? We'll see. But it's also a common thing for them to get here and then go back to the last area. I mean, I could also see them retrace kind of what they did this morning, but this morning they basically did that. So lots of times they'll bounce back and forth between the two most recent high volume nodes. So anyway, all right. Well, that's what I'm looking at. What are you looking at, Blackwater? Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin was reverting to the mean earlier in the week. It had like overshot its mean. Yeah. And I always get this funny chart out. And it also had kind of two means. It's reverting around the 94 mean and then the 93 trading range. I mean, I don't think Bitcoin's going to do it, but I mean, it could go back and check this, in my opinion, and then it could still be bullish. Lots of times it'll check the last area. Now, I don't know, and I think that's what it had been doing recently. Bitcoin had been going back to check the prior areas of the breakout. Hopefully, we firm that up, and but you never can rule it out that it goes back or maybe goes halfway back, retraces somewhere in here and looks until it finds buyers and then keeps going. So anyway, I'm ready to hear. Somebody said yesterday, Bitcoin $210,000. I was reading it was a quant shop or probably somebody that was long a bunch of Bitcoin talking their own book, right? I don't know, but heck, I'd love to see 210. That's one of the reasons I want to get LFGY. I need some. I'm trying to think. I need some crypto exposure in my portfolio. I mean, but I have GPTY. Let's go look at this. Let's go look at this. But GPTY and ULTY have a lot of crypto exposure. So I don't know if I really need LFGY, but I have some cash that's built up and I want to do a little end of month rebalancing. So I'm thinking about starting a starter position in LFGY. But just to get some more direct exposure to that sector of the economy in case, crypto, case the crypto bull market's back again, but maybe that's the wrong decision. Anyway, okay. So GPTY, I was looking at who the top holdings were. It has NVIDIA. It has C3. It has PLTR, Tesla, Snowflake, Meta. It doesn't look like it has MicroStrategies, but it has some crypto related, some kind of DeFi adjacent stuff. But now ULTY has some direct DeFi stuff. Like I believe it even has MSTR. Let's look. Yeah, Blackwater, I saw you on Twitter today. I was listening to a live that Jay had done. He was talking in the Yieldmax live room and Retire was there. And I don't even have a blue check mark because I never use Twitter, but I'm thinking maybe I need to start using Twitter. Maybe that's why my station hadn't been doing all that good lately. But and it's because I'm not using Twitter. That's the thing. So maybe I was thinking about getting a check mark. or I'm thinking about it's not so much the check mark, but using Twitter, using X more. I mean, I am using Grok a lot, and if you get the check mark, you get extra Grok power. So I'm probably going to do it. I'm just, but anyway, I was happy to see that you were on X. Either you are or somebody else named Blackwater is. I just assumed it was you. All right. So on this one, ULTY, they have MicroStrategy. So that's directly Bitcoin, basically. So anyway, but I mean, a lot of people say just get some MSTY, and I had MSTY, and I still have a few shares left over. I mean, I could also build that position back, but I just like the approach more of indexes. So LFGY's holdings, let's look here. Boy, they brought a bunch of money in. Look at all this money they're managing. Well, it's only 81 million under management, but they had somebody put 26 million in that day. Or no, somebody put 10 million in that day. There was 26 million under management, but look at all this money that came in. This is back in January and February. But they have just not the Bitcoin exactly stuff, because I mean, MicroStrategy just basically leverage Bitcoin from what I've heard. Excuse me. Mara, same thing. I thought it's like leverage Bitcoin. But then they have the other ones that just run in the DeFi economy also. And now I've got the computer frozen up. Anyway, I'll take questions if you guys have any. All right, Brandon. Yeah, what's going on with you? Okay, I can buy partial shares on some funds and not others. Okay, I think it's a brokerage thing, Brandon, because in Tasty Trade, they won't let me. I mean, Tasty Trade, they have partial shares, but you have to have at least one to sell so you can get stuck with small amounts, but it's not that big a deal. You just strip them and hopefully and then one day they'll go to one and you could. I don't know, but yeah, Tasty Trade has to at least be one to sell it, but you can buy, I think, anything. But I don't know. I would have to check on that. And that was you, Blackwater. I figured that was you. And then I started thinking I need to clean up my act because I probably say stuff in Twitter that is not necessarily representative of the stuff I would do on the station. I need to go back and scrub my timeline, or no one cares. I don't think anyone cares. But I started thinking, I have two Twitters. I think most of the inflammatory stuff or the stuff that'd be embarrassing, I think is in my other Twitter. I don't know. But anyway, I need to shape up my act and since I'm representing the channel and our group and stuff. But anyway, I'm glad to connect with you there. I do think I'm going to get the blue check mark. I do think I'm going to get the blue check mark and start marketing there a little bit more and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, Brandon, I appreciate the question. Oh, okay. You, Blackwater, you were saying is ULTY still 40% in bonds? Yeah. It's T-bills or something. Yeah. If for one day either they were, I don't follow their trades anymore. I'm not on a daily basis, but we just looked here, and according to FinViz, it was didn't they have 15% cash or something, or was it 40%? It was a lot. Or T-bills, it was cash or cash equivalent. Right now they have 5%. So I'd forgotten about that. But that if they did, there was, a few weeks ago would have been a good time to have it, because I think it was right around the time the market was selling off. Anyway, I just feel bad because I'm such a champion of ULTY, and it's been doing poorly lately. But it's not just it; the whole market has. So, and the more high flying something is, the worse it's been doing. So, anyway, I don't know. I guess if you're that makes a good case for diversification and everything. All right, let's see if anyone had earnings after the bell. Oh, I finally got this working. I really like this. I think I'm going to start becoming an affiliate for this and just give content out. They have great AI stuff and try to get people to get this. They have a free trial and stuff, and then it's not that expensive. I really like this service. I can't find the darn link to share. I don't want to get people too excited about it until I have. Yesterday I had the link. It was just just an easy link. I don't know where it is. But yeah, look at this one. So you can see here the AI. When the AI turns green, it means it's a buy. The AI switches to a buy signal. So they switched to a buy signal there, didn't work out. Switched to a buy signal there, didn't work out. We'll see if this one works out. You can see up here their trends AI which is what this is up 11%. We're buying and holding this asset's down 27%. And that shouldn't surprise us. Now, let's see if they've had any good trades. I mean, not really. Not that I've seen. Oh, gosh. Anyway, but this is all fun to look at. I'm trying to see if there's another one. Pure Storage. Is this a will candidate? It's $45. Never heard of it. The Trends AI is hot. The Trends AI is killing it. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Trends AI is saying buy Pure Storage. Maybe we should do a 3-leg risk reversal on this one. PSTG. If you guys ever heard of that one, let's get over here in the visual, or let's get over here in the visualizer, see if we can visualize something in Pure Storage. Let's look at the chart. You can see everything at a glance here is what's so cool about this. You have the, come on, guys. All right. You have the chart, and you can, I love how it's color coded, and you can just at a real quick glance, you can see how the past AI trades have done. I mean, this one was all right in at 36 out at 42. I mean, all I'm concerned about is if the put is what the IV of the put is, and if it's liquid enough. And it's actually pretty liquid. It's bid 490, asked at 510. The at the money put. This goes out to May 16th, so about 3 weeks. It's a 48 IV, so it means you earn about 48% on your money. In theory, over time, if you sold that put every day. Pretty tight bid-ask spread. There's no volume, but there's a bunch of open interest. Anyway, do your own research on that one. But PSTG, that's let's go look at it right here. The math looks actually fine. The math looks like it could justify and on a longer term perspective, you could see that being a pullback buy. It's making a head and shoulders bottom, or that's the head. It's trying to put in the right shoulder. There's the left shoulder. It's possibly. It's down 26% year to date. Pays no dividend. Has 6,000 employees. Pure Storage, huh? So I like this peers. It competes with IBM, Cisco, Dell, that kind of stuff. So it's probably cloud storage. Hey, Mark, what's up? appreciate you being here, Mark. Oh, yeah, Microsoft had earnings after the bell. Let's go look real quick. I showed somebody a trade at Microsoft, but we'll look at Earnings Hub and see what it says. I mean, everyone had it. There's tons of earnings. I just couldn't remember who was today's. All right, it should be right. After the close, Microsoft. That would also Facebook, Robinhood, Qualcomm. Earnings. It's not till 5:30, so that means 4:30 my time. But still, it's not for a little while. But it is up a little bit in the post market, but it'll change a lot after they come out. That was the last. Those are the last ones. So I don't guess they've released them yet. Let's see how Facebook looks. Facebook's down 1%, but it's just 1%, so it's not actually too bad on a $500 stock to be down 5 points. That's actually nothing, but maybe they didn't go well. Their call's at 4 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock Eastern. Let's see how Hoods went, or if they're still going on. Hoods is also 5 o'clock. So we can get out of here and I'll go listen to those earnings calls or something. I know that's what I'm going to do. What did you do, Mark? You bought 2,800 Coney at 8. Nice. Microsoft had a decent beat. So did Facebook. Good. Okay. I'm glad you're doing well, Mark. I'm glad you're doing well. All right. Sorry there's no morning show this morning. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all being here right now. There's nothing else you want to talk about. I'm trying to think. I'll probably take Jackson to do something. I always think of something I wanted to tell you right as soon as we leave. I just got behind today. I was going to make that content on the rebalance stuff, but I need to go do that right now. I'm trying to keep things balanced with somewhat. I mean, it's not an exact science, but I really like, I'm trying to at least consider, let me find it. All right, this list right here in orange. This is the model portfolio just based on momentum. If nothing else mattered, the price and you know, this doesn't even factor in the dividends or anything. So and I'm obviously not going to buy these funds, and my indicators only look at a certain universe of ETFs. Some of the ETFs I have haven't even been around a year, so they can't even be in here. So lots of times I look at something that's in here and I choose something else, but these are like the proxies. So these are saying GLDI, and I have GDXY. This is saying riser, which is an interest rate hedge. Netflix, I mean, I probably should. I don't have any Netflix in there. I wonder if GPTY has a little bit. GPTY, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have Netflix. Anyway, Devo, I mean, I don't have a Devo, but Misty, Misty, Infly, PBP's as an index. It's a covered. It's just a SPY index fund, and the rest of them are index funds. So basically, it's looking like, this changes. Next week it'll be different. The week after that, but this looks like it's pretty much it's gold. It's gold. MicroStrategies, Netflix, and then the rest of our indexes. When I already have, so I have plenty of indexes in there. I have YSPY and I have index-based ones. I have gold represented in there. And with my style, I have a pretty good representation. So I don't know. Maybe I should just put Misty and Infly in there directly, or NFLP. Because those are the two that I'm kind of missing. But I just figured I could get Misty by putting LFG. I could get Misty and that type of stuff by putting LFGY in there. So that's probably what I'm going to do, because everything else I think I'm represented. I have GLD because I have GDXY. The interest rate hedge. I have other stuff in there, So, and I have plenty of stuff that's like QILD and QILG. So anyway, all right. So yeah, I promise that video will be out tomorrow, but I'm going to buy probably on the open. I'm going to buy LFGY, but I'll have the new balances and everything. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all for being here. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching the show. I appreciate it. Like I said, sorry again about the no morning show. I'll be here tomorrow, and we'll see how these stocks open up in the morning. We'll see how Microsoft opens and Facebook and all the ones that have earnings today. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. Have a great day. See you later.